Regardless of the fact that Lucid Group has launched the electric car with the longest range currently available on the market, CEO Peter Rawlinson feels that this is not what fundamentally motivated the firm. As opposed to this, he claims that it is motivated by efficiency, similar to that of Tesla. Rawlinson claims that Tesla and Lucid are the only firms that are taking a complete framework for the development of efficient electric vehicles at this time. Instead of just producing electric vehicles, the Californian startup considers itself to be part of a much smaller group in which technology is at the forefront of design and engineering. And that is what separates the Air sedan from any other EV on the market. Let's dive into the engineering that makes the Air special. Welcome back to New Vehicle Media, your go-to channel for EV stock. Quick reminder, subscribing is free. Liking the video helps YouTube suggest similar videos. Comments are loved and featured in upcoming videos. In the early days of Tesla Motors, Peter Rawlinson, the CEO and CTO of Lucid Motors, was appointed as Vice President of Vehicle Engineering. To make use of the many compact benefits of an electric powertrain, he wished that the entire design and look of the Model S might be rethought and improved. Musk, on the other hand, was adamant about not changing a single thing of Franz von Holzhausen's elegant but traditional Model S design. Motor Trend's 2022 Vehicle of the Year, the Lucid Air electric luxury sedan, has definitely given Rawlinson the opportunity to fulfill his dream to fit the inside of a Mercedes S-Class limousine within the size framework of a mid-size E-Class car. Despite increasing baggage storage by including a clamshell trunk that can accommodate golf bags as well as a spacious frunk, the vehicle is also efficient. Mr. Derek Jenkins, who has previously worked for Mazda and Volkswagen's Audi, was tasked with creating an automobile that lacks the conventional long hood, and sumptuous dashboard to axle proportions seems expensively stylish. In order to reach Rawlinson's 500-mile range objective, Jenkins' principal design limitation was that no design aspect interfered with the aerodynamics necessary to accomplish that efficiency goal. So how he did it? Let's jump into it. The Aero-Styling. Jenkins took full leverage of the tiny engine by causing an extremely low cowl and a low roofline, both of which were necessary for decreasing frontal area in order to achieve a low drag coefficient. Having a low cowl increases the perceived length of the bonnet and prevents the jelly bean appearance that most of the individuals hate about the Mercedes EQS. The implementation of curved surfacing on the side mirrors the general profile form, and when combined with an arc of dark control panel region rising up through the bodywork, it contributes to reducing the general character appearance of the vehicle significantly. Even with the quick rear window angle, Lucid avoided the potential noise difficulties associated with a sedan by innovating the trunk with an extraordinarily wide opening deck lid that makes carrying large objects more easier. An identically low liftover is achieved at the fronts by a clamshell hood, which also includes the tops of the wheel arches. This allows for a smooth surface in the front. Formula One engineering. Jean-Charles Monnet, formerly of Adrian Newey's Red Bull racing team, was recruited by Lucid to enable the firm the Air sedan to reach 500+ mile range capability. In order to reach this level of aerodynamic efficiency, a Formula One racing team expert was considered a must in the team, so they recruited one. Monnet obsessively studied every aspect of the Air's top and lower body, and some of his ideas are first in the road vehicle industry. Many of them use the use of wind vortical structures to their advantage. The sum of these factors results in a drag coefficient of 0.2, a stunning statistic for a spacious automobile that, when compounded by the car's tiny frontal area, delivers the unusual consequence of a battery electric vehicle whose EPA highway efficiency rating outperforms the entire industry. Even while the Audi e-tron GT and Porsche Taycan do the same thing with 2-speed gearboxes, their highway fuel economy is 36% worse than that of the Lucid Air. That says volumes about the attention to detail that they have shown. Wizardry of Radiator Ducts. Although the Air has a lot of horsepower and generates a lot of heat from the motor and battery, it can still manage all of the drivetrain and interior cooling, thanks to two reasonably sized heat exchangers located just forward of each front tire. To cool each, cooling air is drawn into the bottom filter hole through pipes situated at the center. This air is forced upward into two horizontal cylindrical tubes, where it creates a vortex in each of them. More air may be drawn into the duct by creating a negative pressure gradient, one of the secrets of the Dyson vacuum. Because of its design, the pipe also assists to maintain a steady flow of air from side to side as it transitions to meet its rectangular counterparts. This guarantees that each and every squared millimeter of the heating elements receives a blast of cooled air from all directions. To prevent the diffuser from being obstructed, air from radiators is directed outside by a set of louvers in the wheel well. Notably, keeping the coolers out of the vehicle's front center was a major factor in the Lucid Air's massive 9.9 cubic foot trunk, the other being the vehicle's ultra-compact LED headlight assembly. Underbody, more like a vacuum. Diffusers are by far the most drag-efficient method of reducing vehicle lifts because they optimize undercarriage circulation while also spreading it toward the rear. With seamless connectors or covers covering bigger bolts, the Lucid Air's skid plate is exceedingly clean. The diffuser's manifold provides the pressure drop by separating air coming from the side of the vehicle from the air going beneath the midline, which is separated by airflow barriers that begin tiny and travel to the rear of the car. The height of these fences increases as the diffuser expands in the back of the vehicle, and the bent corners where they contact the chassis tray are radiused to stimulate swirling forming, which aids in keeping flow connected in this region as well as the front of the vehicle. Web of cooling channels. A series of small ducts generated both by tops of the headlights help to alleviate stagnation pressure that piles up across the frontal grille. There are hood vents where pressure may be dispersed, and LED lights can be cooled through the manner. When compared to other types of air vents, these Lucid vents really create a thrust vector, which helps the vehicle go faster by directing air over the wheels and creating a wing shape of the fascia surface. At higher speeds, it really causes a negative drag of up to 40 pounds, which is quite significant. To Rawlinson, the most important statistic in relation to electric vehicles and how they succeed is efficiency, which determines the competence of an EV firm. His thoughts are remarkable because they provide transparency into both Lucid Group's mindset as a firm and its future goods. Perhaps more importantly, the automobile was the first to equal Tesla's powertrain efficiency, while also being the first to outperform it altogether. In a nutshell, powertrain efficiency measures how successfully the motor, power electronics, and battery systems translate energy into motion, while overall efficiency takes into account external elements, such as the coefficient of drag, frontal area, weight, and rolling resistance. Performance efficiency seems to be what drivetrain experts are obsessed with, because it directly represents how much performance can be squeezed out of a given battery and motor combination. The manufacturer worked the performance engineering to perfection to attain that remarkable range, and overall range is what customers worry about. Lucid, according to Michael, is redefining the definition of the term EV from electric vehicle to efficient vehicle. It will establish new norms and benchmarks for all EV manufacturers. That should wrap things up for today. Keep in mind that subscription is still free, and liking helps YouTube recognize your preferences. Thanks for taking the time to watch.